Okay, I'm not going to explain this slide because these are the direct property which you have the choice, either you take by heart or just do the remembering. And another thing is that you just take the counter example and cross check it is okay or not. For example, first property is our commutative property, that is applied, that is followed by, or that is used by the set, that is A union B. If I have two elements, then I can generalize diagram like this. It is your universal set, A set, B set, A union B. Just I give the naming 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the element present in A union B? 2, 3, 4. And right hand side, this is the LHS, this is RHS. What are the element present in RHS? B union A. According to me, the same element 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. If you compare LHS with RHS, the same result we get. So like this, you take the example, counter example, and cross check, okay, this is okay or not okay, this is right or wrong. So A union B, B union A intersection B, B intersection A XOR B, B XOR A, all are equal, and all these operations follow the commutative law. Associative law is A union B union C. We can write like this also. A intersection B intersection C, we can write like this also. And this is XOR operation. You can do like this or you can do like this. You get the same result. Next is distributive law. Distributive law. In distributive law, A union means you are distributing union over the intersection. So you can write like this also, A union B intersection A union C, or you are distributing the intersection over the union like this. You can write like that. Okay, there are two more property. There are two more property of the distributive law is that you are distributing the set difference operation over the union, over the intersection. You can write like this also. So you get the same result. Either you write like this or either you write like this. So you get the same result. So what are the De Morgan law? De Morgan law, that is the important thing is that plus, or you can say that union is converted into dot or concatenation, or you can say that the intersection, or your intersection or your dot, you can say that the concatenation is converted into union, or you can say that the OR operation. I take the example A intersection B whole complement, then A complement union B complement, A union B whole complement, then A complement intersection B complement. Okay, according to me, my suggestion is that please don't go by heart. Just try to understand. So it is try to understand and practice question. So you automatically get remember and you able to visualize. Okay, idempotent law, then A union A is A, B intersection B is B. Absorption law, A union absorption law we can write like this. Modular law we can write like this. And some general properties that are frequently used, some journal formula, that is A union with phi, we get result means A set A union with universal set. In result we get a universal set. Set A intersection with set U, that is universal set. In that we get the result A intersection with phi. In result we get the phi. And A union with A complement, then in result we get the universal set. A intersection with A complement, in that we get the result phi. Okay, this is the basic idea. Now let's see the one example. I take the example of distributive property. So I can write like this: A union B intersection C. Means there are three variable A, B, C. So I can draw the diagram like this. So if I distribute, means if I open this, then A union B and intersection B A union C. Okay, so we can say that A union B intersection C is equivalent to A union B intersection A union C. Means it is your LHS, it is your RHS. Let's take the example and let's see the result is same or not. First I take the LHS. Then I first solve the bracket B intersection C. In B intersection C, as you say, there are two elements 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Okay, so what are the elements present in set A? 2, 3, 6, 8. 2, 3, 6, 8 are present in the set A. And then there is a operation, there is a union between these two. So apply the union, and the final result you get 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Till now only 51 student. What is the reason? Okay, now you tell me the result of this. What is the result of this? You tell me. Please type in chat box fast. What is the result of what are the element come into A union C? What are the element come under A union C? Please tell me.
Ma'am, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 7, 5.
2,
A
3,
union C ना?
या A
मैम
union C.
4 के अलावा सब आएगा.
4 के अलावा सब आएगा. Okay. Any other student?
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. A union B. A union
2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3,
4, 6, 7, 8.
4, 6, 7, 8. Good, very good. Okay, so now you do the intersection between these two. Intersection. Then what we get the result?
2, 3, 4.
2 is common, 3 is common, 4 is not common, 6 is not common, 7 common,
8.
8. Okay, as we see the LHS equal to RHS, we get the same result. So like this, you take the pick any property, pick any property and take the counter example and then cross check. Okay, so according to me, it strictly suggestion to you, please don't go by heart. Just try to understand the things and try to visualize the things. Okay, now take the screenshot of this slide. It is your homework. It is your homework too. Screenshot is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now take one more screenshot. It is your homework. Okay, our next topic is a relation. Next topic is a relation. So what do you understand by relation? Anybody have idea? Please tell me either by unmute yourself or type in chat box fast. Relation.
Ma'am, symmetric, asymmetric, reflexive, there are types of ones.
Okay. What is the role of Cartesian product in relation? What is the role of Cartesian product in relation? Guys, please reply. Whatever you know, please don't bother about you are speaking, means you are giving answer wrong or right. Don't bother about right wrong. Just give your answer. Anybody have idea? Yes or no? If you have, then tell. If you don't have, then type no.
Ma'am, set of all ordered pairs that is present in set A and set B.
Good. Relation. Before moving to relation, I want to tell first Cartesian product. Then I will move to the relation. Cartesian product. Cartesian product is nothing else cross product between two sets. For example, set A and set B, just cross product the each element of set A and B in a order. Please keep in mind, means if I do cross product like A cross B have the different order and B cross A have different order. Guys, only when I say unmute yourself, then in that case only you unmute. Okay, so A cross product with B means one is multiply or one is taking means doing cross product with each element of B. So like this 1A 1B, that is cross product with one with A and B. So like that we do the cross product. This is the result of the cross product. So we can say that Cartesian product is equal to the cross product. Both are the same thing. What are the cardinality of the cross product A cross B? As you see, the cardinality of the set A is 3 and the cardinality of the set B is 2. Just you are doing the cross product, that's why just do the multiplication, you get the result. Okay, if I conclude this in general form, if A has m element, A has a set, the cardinality of the A set is m and the cardinality of set B is n. In that case, what the number of element present in A cross B is nothing else m into n. In this, any doubt? Okay,
No.
now, okay. It relate easy every element to both set. Yes, okay. So one more thing that I want to tell you, order is matter here. Like if I do the cross product B cross with A, in that case I get the result like that: A1, A2, A3 and B1, B2, B3. Means as you compare the order of this element, order of this set is different and order of this set is different. Both are the different thing. Please don't get confused. Okay, relation. What you understand by looking this slide? Relation is nothing else. It is a subset of Cartesian product. One thing that you keep in mind, subset. Where the subset term come, it means there are two possibilities. There can be, means they give the choice. Either you have the one choice, two choice. Now I consider the means two choice. You have two choice, like either your element is considered in the set, a subset or not. Okay, either it is considered or not, means you have the two choice. Means if there are n element, in a set, in that case we can say that there are 2 power n element in the subset. Okay, this is the basic idea that we already covered in last lecture also. Relation is the subset of a Cartesian product. In a Cartesian product, there are total m into n element. So I want to give the example here for how we define the relation. Suppose there is a 1 and A, 1 and B, means how 1 is related to B, how 1 is related to A and how 1 is related to B. We can define like that the relation 1 is related to A, or we can say that 1 and A both are belong to the same relation. Okay, so if I conclude this, if in a set there are m element, if in a set there are n element, then the number of relation that can be formed, that is 2 power m into n. As I already told, it is a subset of Cartesian product. In a subset, you have the two choice. That's why I write 2. In a Cartesian product, I have the total number of element is m into n. That's why I write m into n. Clear or not clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So, for example, I take the example this means R is any relation and x and y is any set that belong to the integer set, that is z is a representation of integer, and they give the condition x is strictly less than y. The solution of this is x is less than y means x y x y x y. So 1 is less than 2, 2 is less than 3, 3 is less than 4. Like this, we can define a relation. If you understand, then type in chat box. Okay, since the relation is subset of Cartesian product and cross product, and cross product contain m into n element, cross product contain m into n element, just I repeat once again. And now the number of subset that are possible over a Cartesian product, that is 2 power m into n. That's why we can say that the total number of relation that we can form, that is also 2 power m into n, because it is a relation is a one kind of subset of a Cartesian product. Okay, for example, I just take the example. In set A, I have 2 element A and B. In set B, I have 3 element 1, 2, 3, and I just do the cross product. And in a relation, from the cross product, I just because relation is a subset of cross product, I just pick randomly 3 element, 3 pair of element. So it is your relation. So how you define cross product in through with the help of function means how you do the mapping. Like 1 is mapping with each element of B, with each element of set B, A and B, and B is mapped with each element of B. Okay, this is your cross product. But if I draw diagram for this, then what are the possibility? A, B, 1, 2, 3 means A is related to 2, B is related to 1, and B is related to 3. It is your relation. Okay, how you do complement of a relation? What is the complement of a relation? Means complement of a relation is denoted by R bar and RC. R complement and RC. A relation means a complement of a relation in complement of all those pair, will be present which are not present, which means the all those pair of A comma B is present in A cross B, which are not present in a relation. What is the meaning? Or you can say that in a simple language, I can say just first do the A cross B, just do the cross product of both set, and in that just remove the or just do the set difference with the relation. Whatever element present in the relation, just remove those elements from the A cross product, and the result is your complement. For example, what is the complement of this? The complement of this is A2 present means A comma 2 present, B comma 1 present, and B comma 3 present. Means what are the remaining element? Remaining element is A1, A3 and B2. It is your final result of the R complement. Okay, so what is the inverse of a relation? Can anybody have the idea? What is the inverse of a relation? Please type in chat box. Have idea or not? All are sleeping. Okay, inverse of a relation is represented by R inverse. Okay, so the definition of R inverse is if A comma B, if A comma B belongs to a relation, then we get inverse of a relation, then we get inverse of a relation is B comma A. Or you can say that just swap the order of element. In R, I have C and D. After applying the R inverse, I get the result D and C in my result. Just swapping the order of the element. Okay, what means the cardinality of R and cardinality of R inverse is same. Please keep in mind, cardinality of both R and R inverse is same. Here, just please don't get confused. In complement of a relation, we are just removing. We are just removing those elements which are present in the relation. We remove those elements from the R complement. But here we are inversing. We are inversing or we are swapping the order of the relation. For example, for better understanding, if I do R inverse, means I want to inverse of this. What is the R inverse of this? Guys, please reply. Guys, please reply by unmuting yourself or typing in chat box. Okay, 1B and 3B. This is the result of R inverse. Okay, next is your types of relation. Types of relation, that is your reflexive relation, irreflexive, symmetric, antisymmetric, asymmetric, transitive and equivalence. These two belong to the same family. These three belong to the same family, and it is different, and this is also different. So let's see one by one. All the reflexive means all the diagonal elements should definitely be present. All the diagonal elements should definitely be present. For example, in a set I have three elements A, B and C. Then what is the cross matrix? What are the matrix possible? This one. Okay, so the standard definition of a relation is a relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive if for all element or for all A belongs to A, that is A comma A belongs to relation. It is nothing else. It represents your diagonal element. Okay, so for better understanding, we try to solve some example. I solve any 3 example. Now you tell which one I solve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one?
Sixth one, ma'am.
6th. Okay. First, I solve first one. It is not reflexive. Why it is not reflexive? Because the definition say all diagonal elements should present. It is the mandatory condition. But in this relation, the first one relation, there is no element present. That's why it is not reflexive. Okay, last one student says 6-1. 6-1 is it is a reflexive. My next question is that is there a diagonal element present in the sixth one? Is there diagonal element?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, means no diagonal element present. That's why it is not reflexive. Okay. If I conclude this, if I give the simple term, it is like a selfie. सेल्फी में क्या होता है जब आप अपनी सेल्फी लेते हैं, मतलब आपकी अपनी पिक्चर तो आती ही आती है, बैकग्राउंड पिक्चर भी आ सकती है, आती है या नहीं आती है? आपको अपनी पिक्चर से मतलब होता है, बैकग्राउंड में कुछ भी आता रहे वो चलेगा. एम आई राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So reflexive relation is nothing else. It's work like a selfie. Means सेल्फी का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है, इसको मतलब है डायगोनल एलिमेंट आने ही आने चाहिए, बाकी उनके अलावा एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट भी आ सकते हैं. एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट से मना नहीं करता है. मीन्स द डायगोनल एलिमेंट मस्ट बी प्रेजेंट बट एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट कैन आल्सो प्रेजेंट. Like the fourth one example, all the diagonal element is present but 2 pair are extra, that is A comma B, B comma C. That is not matter for the reflexive relation. The bothering of the reflexive relation is nothing else, just about the diagonal element. It say if any relation is reflexive, in that case I want the diagonal element. Okay, so it is a reflexive relation. So the question 2, 3 and 5 you try yourself. If not understand, then tell me in next lecture. Okay, agreed or not agreed? If agreed, then type in chat box. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next is irreflexive. Irreflexive and reflexive, what you understand by the name? Okay, I will give you hint. रिफ्लेक्सिव एंड ई रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशन जो है, हम इनको बोल सकते हैं जानी दुश्मन है. जानी दुश्मन है. दे आर अपोजिट टू ईच अदर. देन what you understand, what is your idea?
Ma'am, so diagonal elements should not be present.
Yeah, exactly. The definition of a relation is a relation R on a set A is said to be irreflexive for all A belongs to set A. Please, anybody want to say something? If you want to say something, then tell. Otherwise, please mute yourself. Okay, it strictly say the diagonal element is not allowed in E-reflexive relation. So, is first one is reflexive or not? The reflexive or not? Please tell me the first one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The diagonal element not allowed. Okay, I will show one thing, that is any question, whatever you want. Anyone, which one you want I solve? Please tell me.
Ma'am, second.
Second. Okay. In A cross A, this is the A cross A matrix. A cross A matrix. In this all element are present. In this diagonal element also present. In this the E-reflexive relation strictly say I don't want diagonal, but in this diagonal element are present. That's why it is not reflexive. Okay. If one more thing is that, please keep in mind, if single pair, even single pair of diagonal is there, in that case that relation is not reflexive. Please keep in mind. Okay. Should I move to next slide? Okay. Symmetric relation. Symmetric is the first we see the definition. A relation R on a set A is said to be symmetric if for all A comma B belongs to A. Means if AB belong to a relation, in that case BA must be belong to that relation. It say like that, if 1 2 belong to a relation, if 1 2 present in a relation, in that case 2 1 must be present. If any case, if in any relation 1 2 is present but 2 1 is not present, in that case we can say directly that relation is not a symmetric relation. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. This is the this is the set, and this is the cross means this is the matrix. It say in this one thing you note, this diagonal element are allowed, because A is means A is present, BB is present. There is no question like that. It say if different, if 2 1 is present, then 1 2 is present. So it say like that, if A is present, then A is present. You can say that A is present, then A is present. It's up to you how you treat it. Okay, so it's a diagonal element also allowed. Let's see the first example. AB. If AB is present, then BA is present. Okay. Is this relation is symmetric?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The fourth one. Is this relation is symmetric?
Yes.
Fourth one. Is this relation is symmetric? 5. It is symmetric or not? It is symmetric. Why it is symmetric? Because जब रिलेशन में कुछ प्रेजेंट ही नहीं होगा तो उसका रिवर्स भी हमें नहीं चाहिए होगा. कंडीशन क्या है? इफ ए बी इज प्रेजेंट, इफ ए बी इज प्रेजेंट, then BA must be present. If AB not present, then also fine. Or you can say that if BA is present, in that case AB must be present. If AB also not present, BA also not present, then that case is okay, no issue. So the fourth one is symmetric relation. Any other question which you want, or should I proceed next? Okay, next question is okay, the fifth one is, this relation is symmetric or not? Please type in chat box fast. Guys, fast. Yes. Why it is symmetric? Because in this all elements are present. It is A cross A matrix. Means BA is present, then AB is present, AC is present, then CA is present, then BC is present, CB present, and all diagonal elements are present. So that's why it is symmetric. Remaining question you try yourself. If you are not able to understand, then please tell me. Okay, should I move to next? Okay, anti-symmetric. What do you understand by anti? What is the meaning of anti? एंटी मीन्स हर जगह अपोजिट चलेगा, वो मतलब हर जगह उल्टी उल्टी बातें करेगा, उल्टे उल्टे काम करेगा. ठीक है, मीन्स उसको सीधा चलना आता ही नहीं है. दैट इज नोन एज, हम ये बोल सकते हैं सिंपल लैंग्वेज में. ठीक है, let's say the definition of let's see the definition of antisymmetric. A relation R on a set A is said to be antisymmetric if for all A comma B belongs to A, means A comma B, the all element of A comma B belongs to the relation. In that case BA belongs to the relation. In that case we can say that A comma B. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this definition? Can anybody have idea? It is nothing else your diagonal element. Means A equal to A, B equal to B, means A, B, B, A. Then we can say that the A equal to B, A equal to B, A is equal to A, B equal to B, C equal to C. This is your diagonal element. What is the indication of this? It means diagonal element is allowed. Okay, diagonal element is allowed, but what is not allowed? If AB is present, then BA not allowed. हमें क्या ढूंढना है रिलेशन में? If AB is present, in that case BA should not present. That is the basic idea. Okay, so let's take the example of first one. A comma B, B comma C, and A comma C, means AB is present. If AB is present, our next task is that just search out BA. Is BA is present in this relation? No, BA is not present. BC, BC is present. If BC is present, then we search out for, we are starting looking for the CB. Is CB is present? No, CB is not present. If AC is present, then we say CA is present. Okay, no opposite pair is present here. That's why we can say that it is antisymmetric. Okay, so the relation 5 is also antisymmetric. Please keep in mind. Any other one question which you want from my side? Question number 7. No one reply. All are sleeping. Question number 7 is reflexive or not reflexive? Sorry, antisymmetric or symmetric? If AB is present, then we start looking for BA. BA is not present there. If BC is present, then we start looking for CB. CB is not present here. If AC is present here, then we start for CA. Okay, we find the culprit here. That is CA is present. Due to this pair, it is come out from the race of antisymmetric. It is not antisymmetric because main culprit is present here, that is CA. Okay, so remaining question you try yourself. Asymmetric. Now what do you understand by the asymmetric? Asymmetric, a relation R on a set A is said to be asymmetric if for all element of A and B belongs to A, means A comma B belongs to a relation, then BA must not belong. BA must not belong. Please keep in mind one more thing. In this, diagonal also not allowed. In antisymmetry, diagonal allowed, but in asymmetric, the diagonal element not allowed. Please keep in mind. So this is the basic idea. Let's see the example. The fifth point, the fifth relation, it is also asymmetric, means it is symmetric also, it is antisymmetric also, and it is asymmetric also. Means the fifth relation is symmetric, antisymmetric, as well as asymmetric. Any other which you want from my side? Anyone? No. Okay, then you try yourself. If you're not able to understand, then tell me in the next lecture. Okay, then next is a transitive relation. What do you understand by the transitive relation? Transitive relation is nothing else. Is anybody have the idea about the transitive relation? What is the definition of transitive relation? A relation R on a set A is said to be transitive if for all A comma B belongs to A, and A comma B belongs to a relation and B comma C belongs to the relation, then A comma C must belongs to a relation. What it say? What is the meaning of this? It say if A tends to B is there or B to C is there, then in that case A to C relation must be exist. A to C relation must be exist in the transitive relation. This is the basic idea. In this, diagonal element are allowed. Diagonal allowed. Okay, so I want to give the one example, that is which one I want, one you want, which you want from my side. Bharat Kumar is right. Anyone? Okay, let's I take the first one, remaining you try yourself. It say A to B, there is a relation A to B, and then in another set there is a B to A. If this condition is exist, then we are searching the pair A comma A. Is A comma A is present there? Yes, A comma A is present, and B comma B is also automatically, that is diagonal element is automatically the transitive relation. Or you can do like that, B to B and B to A, then you searching for that BA. Is BA is present? Yes, BA is present. So we can do like this. Means this relation is transitive relation. Next is your equivalence, that is your last relation. For equivalence relation means, for equivalency, first we check there are three mandatory conditions. First we check the relation is reflexive or not, then we check the relation is symmetric or not, then third is check the relation is transitive or not. If any one condition is fail, in that case we can say the relation is not equivalence relation. Let's say take the example R1 equal to 5. Is this relation is reflexive? Is this relation is equivalence or not? Please type in chat box. Is this relation is equivalence or not? Please type in chat box fast. It is not a equivalence relation. Why it is not not equivalence? Because it violates the condition of reflexive relation. It is not reflexive. That's why I don't move on the symmetric and transitive. If any condition is fail out of three conditions, in that case I just say this relation is not equivalence relation. The second one relation is this relation is equivalence or not? Not. Okay, so by till this it is okay. Means it is it satisfy the property of reflexive, and it satisfy the property of symmetric as well as transitive. But due to this pair, the symmetric is property is failed. The symmetric relation is failed. Symmetric relation is failed because if 2 1 is present, then symmetric say mandatory condition is that 1 2 must be present in the relation, but 1 2 is missing in this set. So like this we check the equivalence relation. Guys, if you allow me 2 minutes, then I want to conclude and I want to give the summary of the relation. This is all about your relation. Guys, can I give the summary? Just give me 2 minutes only. I don't want more, you have choice. Or I share this PPT by writing the summary of a relation. Summary of relation. Okay, just 5 minutes. Max to max 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Just take. First, what is the reflexive relation? It is the conclusion. Reflexive relation means all the diagonal element allowed. Means diagonal element must be present. Must be present. Okay, so next is your irreflexive relation. Irreflexive. In irreflexive, what is that? In no diagonal is allowed. No diagonal. No diagonal element is allowed. So next is a third, symmetric. In symmetric, if xy is present, then only check for yx pair. So this is the symmetric. Okay, next is your antisymmetric. In antisymmetric means first thing is that symmetric pair not allowed. Symmetric pair not allowed. But second thing is that but diagonal allowed. Next is asymmetric. In asymmetric, in this symmetric pair as well as diagonal element not allowed. Okay, so transitive means if AB present, BC present, in that case AC must be present. AC must be present, and the equivalence relation, we must first we check the reflexive, second we check the symmetric, third we go for the transitivity. This is all about your relation. समझ आया?